Hi. Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I disappeared kind of suddenly. I know I said in several videos there was a lot going on and my content was going to become a little bit less regular. At the time, I was thinking that would mean like once a week, from twice a week, once every other week, once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been a while. I didn't plan for this video, so honestly, I'm not even really sure what I'm going to say, but there's a couple reasons I wanted to come on here and just say some words. One of those reasons being I'm going to be running out of products soon that I could use to wash my hair, and I am not opening any new products until I can review them. So I feel like I couldn't just come back with a hair product review after having disappeared for like 8, 9 months, 10 months. I have no idea how long it's been. Jamie's 10 months, so maybe 8 months. Another reason is I have been so anxious. Like, I have a ton of anxiety surrounding my disappearance. A few people have reached out to me in the last couple of months, in September, October, and in December. If you are any of the people who have sent me texts or emails, I'm sorry. This is how I get sometimes. I haven't even read them. I saw that you reached out and I was so overcome with like emotion that you cared enough to reach out to me, and I really appreciated that, but I didn't want to read it until I was emotionally ready to respond. And when I say emotionally ready to respond is I feel very uncomfortable about how long I have disappeared for. I'm not in a great headspace right now, and since I wasn't going to be responding to those emails like at the time, I just didn't want to open the emails, texts, and I'm sorry, but I told myself also that I was going to make a video, whatever it might be, and as soon as I released that video, I was going to go and I was going to respond to all of those emails and texts. So if you did reach out, I am truly sorry that I have not responded, but I really, really appreciate you reaching out, and I'm so glad to have built those kind of friendships through this platform, given that we have never actually met. So thank you. I'm going to split this video into 2 parts. First, I'm going to talk about why I've been so busy, and then I'm going to talk about my hair, I guess. I've been wanting to take my hair out for like a week, but I didn't just because I wanted to do it while I was filming this video. Long story short, I don't have time. That is why I have not been here. When I was last here, I know I was talking about the struggles of living through a pandemic with 3 small children. That has not changed for us. Since this broke out in March of 2020, we have been living in respectful fear of this virus, which is still, ravaging. So we are still living a very sheltered, minimalistic and as in we don't really do much, life. I have a baby, so I'm even more restricted. I did get a babysitter several weeks ago now, probably maybe a couple of months ago at this point, and that has helped tremendously, but I'm still pretty much on call all day. Given that everything else, like most people, have returned to normal 2019 life, we have not, and that's incredibly isolating. Some of the things that just interrupt my daily life, let me just give you an example of a schedule. Aiden's in school. I don't remember. He was in in-person school when I made my last video. He was in kindergarten, but it was a small private school, 7, 8 children in the classroom, and I had full flexibility to just pull him out. And I kept Aiden home for like half the year last year, and we just homeschooled him for that portion because we took him out during surges. He has been in school this whole year in the public school. I hate the school, not necessarily for its academics, but for everything related to like mitigations and keeping the children safe and the fact that they just don't care. He's the only child masking pretty much in his entire school. I understand there's like 1 or 2 more, but there are 11 classes. So definitely he is the odd one out. That's not a problem. Aiden is actually, thankfully, he seems to be pretty popular in his class. He had a best friend. He had 2 best friends. One of them moved to Europe randomly from like one day to the next. She announced one day that she was moving, and then she moved 2 days later. That was a little weird. But anyway, my point is Aiden's fine. He's still in therapy through school, but he's fine. Another reason is that I was looking through my photos and videos from a year ago because I was looking for a video that Aiden had made for MLK Day last year to show Laila. And I scrolled through like content that I had made for YouTube. And I missed it. Like, I really enjoyed what I was doing, and I I feel like so much has gone on since that time of my life. It feels like a completely different time of my life when I was making videos. I mean, things were still really difficult back then, but it was like a different life, and I kind of want to, as it's possible, get back some semblance of what I was doing. I can't be consistent right now, but I'm hoping I can be more consistent than once every, 6-7 months. Anyway, so Aiden, he's 6 now. He is in school full time, but I pick him up for lunch every day. So I drop him off around 8:20, and then I pick him up at 12:20 for lunch, and then I pick him up after school at 3. I'm homeschooling Layla, so I'm with her all day. A little bit less now that I have a babysitter, but Layla's still very attached to me, and she doesn't really go anywhere. Everything that she has is pretty much in our backyard where we can do it safely. So she's still a firecracker that I probably mentioned her being in the past. She's a little bit I won't say difficult, because of like being PC and people having issues with people being honest about the way that their children are. She's difficult. She's a personality. She's been driving me a little mad since she was born. And I have Jamie. He's still, although I don't remember what he was like when I made my last video. Jamie is another Aiden, but if possible, and I didn't even know this was possible, he's even more calm, more gentle, he's just a sweet person. He's the easiest third child you could ever ask for, or second, or whatever. He's an incredibly easy child, so he's not making things difficult, but he's a baby with needs. Not special needs, but he's a baby. He has needs on account of him being a baby. Between getting Aiden out for school every day with all 3 children in tow, keeping everyone in my household fed. Remember, there's multiple diets in my family. Picking up Aiden for lunch every day. And then at the end of the day, homeschooling Layla, shuffling Aiden to after-school activities, keeping my house clean, and I go to PT once a week. That's my entire life at this point. I have no time. I can get an hour between, sending Aiden back into school after lunch and having to go pick him up. I usually use that time to funnel in a little lunch if I can, and doing other things that I need to do. And I'm using that time right now to make this video. It's 2:18. I have to leave around 2:40 to get Aiden from school. I could go a lot more into like my kids' schedules, my schedule. I don't have time. And it's one of those things where people will often say, my husband will often say, you can make the time. No, I can't. One of the things that is missed, I would say a lot, with just like women in general, mothers in particular, people forget that we're actually people. So if I get 20 minutes at a time when someone will say, like, you should have eaten in this little window that you had, maybe I wasn't hungry in that little window. I might get 20-30 minutes in my day where I have time to myself. I'm not necessarily in the right frame of mind where I'm going to take advantage of that time, and then that time just is wasted. So when I say, like, for my mental health, for my body health, I haven't worked out since November of 2021. Let me also just add that, which is tragic. Again, I might get 30 minutes on a day, and it's like, oh, I could have worked out during that time. Maybe I didn't want to. Maybe I just wanted to sit down and stare at a wall because I'm exhausted, emotionally, physically, whatever. I can make another video on any of these specific points, but I just wanted to give you a high-level introduction to why I have not been here. My hair. So, I have been washing my hair every week. Sunday mornings, that's when I wash my hair. Get up around 6:30, wash my hair, and I'm actually usually done by like 9. My hair routine has changed. While I'm talking, I'm gonna start taking down my hair because I gotta leave soon. So my hair routine, okay, let me just give some high-level updates on my hair because I can't go into everything that I've done over the last, 8-9 months. Oh, let me just tell you what I've done, this week. I washed my hair 2 weeks ago. I have been using the Melanin Hair Care line for the last several weeks because it's one of those one shower wash days. It's the easiest wash day. So that's what I've been doing. I have gone through, again, it's been like 8 months. I don't know what I've gone through. I'm running out of deep conditioners, and that's why I need to come back enough that I can make a hair review, because I actually really want to try the Oil of Essence and the Flavor of Maya. I'm not going to open the products that I bought for last Friday with the intention of making a video and just open the products and use them. I have just been using what I have already reviewed, which is great because I've been able to get through my products. Although, as you all know, deep conditioners go quicker. So it looks like I have a lot of products on my shelf still, but I don't really have a lot of lines that I could use because I don't have a deep conditioner. I did rebuy the Melanin Hair Care multi-use leave-in conditioner that I use as a leave-in to deep conditioner like I used to do. For the first time since February 7th, 2020, I did go to the hairdresser. I have these adhesive N95 masks, and I wore that and had a whole bunch of stuff worked out. Brought my air purifier, and I went to the hairdresser. So I did actually get a trim. I would have loved to have gotten like a shaping, but I would say she wasn't a curly hair specialist. She didn't do anything during my visit that made me feel uncomfortable, like she was manhandling my hair, didn't know what she was doing. But I wouldn't say that she was like really styling or putting much thought into my hair. And plus, she cut it when it was wet, and she just twisted it because that was the purpose of the appointment. I made a 9 o'clock appointment, so I arranged for my babysitter to come in the morning, and I took Aiden to school, and I ran right over to my appointment, and I was out by 11, only to go home so I could go home and make Aiden's lunch and get to school by 12:20. So I think I'm actually going to do that again. So I got a trim, but I didn't get a shaping. I don't know what my hair looks like. I haven't really seen what my hair looked like because really I wash my hair every week. I put it in like the 6, I don't know, is a 6 one side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have 5 on this side. I think I had 5 on the other side as well. I take my hair out. I wash my hair, I put it in braids, and I don't touch it, which is supposed to be really good for hair growth. But at the same time, I no longer exercise. My diet's terrible because for some reason I started eating sugar again. And sometimes I don't eat at all. My diet's not great right now. I'm not drinking like the teas that I was getting to help my hair. I'm not thinking about my hair pretty much ever, which, the hands-off approach is supposed to be great for hair, but I don't think it has been in my situation. But you know what? I actually don't even know what my hair is doing right now because it's never out. It's always in some kind of, like what I just had, and I would just wear a hat. And yeah, in terms of my routine, I shampoo in one section these days. And then I deep condition in 4 sections. Actually, no. And then I deep condition in the braids that I'm going to set it in. And that's pretty much it. I'm really glad that I got a trim. I do remember when I was last making videos, I mentioned that I really needed a trim. And that maybe that was why my twist outs and my braid outs look so horrible in terms of the shape and just didn't fall properly. I don't get the impression that I'm going to see anything different having gotten a trim, but at least I know that I did something beneficial for my hair. I am looking forward to reviewing my next products. At the same time, though, very intimidated at the prospect of doing another hair video because I feel like I don't even know how to do them anymore. But, I kind of just did it before, so maybe I can just do it again. That's also a lot more time. And am I going to do my BOB 123 series? I haven't said BOB 123 in like 8 months. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to do the 3 styles, or at least I'm not doing 3 different styles because I no longer have the time to spend, or the desire to spend like an hour setting my hair, because now I set my hair really quickly. So I think my product reviews are going to have to morph a little bit into something that's a little bit more sustainable, because if I have to do what I was doing before, it's not going to get done. Plus, I still have single strand knots, which is really annoying because I was hoping getting the trim would take care of that, because she didn't take off a little bit, which is annoying because I would like to think that I come back 7-8 months later and my hair is halfway down my back. It's possible that it's shorter than it was when I left. I do still care for my hair, just not actively. I don't do anything to harm it, but I don't do anything extra for it. I'm not doing pre-poos anymore. I mean, I would still do deep conditioning treatments. I don't even always apply heat to it though. I'm not putting oil on my scalp. I'm not drinking my stinging nettle and my hibiscus. I hate hibiscus. That's probably why I'm not drinking that. But I'm not doing anything intentional to make my hair better. I can talk more about my hair over the last several months in a dedicated video. I can talk more about parenting, which is it's a whole thing. I also remember one of the videos I made prior to my disappearance, I was talking about my C-section and my emotional, physical deterioration as a result of that. I'm still there, emotionally and physically. I am now in PT. I don't think I was. I think I was still on the wait list before my last video. And I have something called diastasis recti. I'm not going to talk about it in this video because, for one thing, I don't have the emotional capacity to talk about that because it just grosses me out too much. I think I can conclude at this point that the C-section did wreck my body. Like it's ruined. And I am actually, at this point, I realized today, I am scared to go back to work out. I'm not in so much pain anymore, and I'm not necessarily restricted by my physical therapist anymore. I was up to a couple months ago, but there's no restriction because she's determined that I can't fix my issue with PT. I would have to get surgery. I'm gonna go and fluff this out. I haven't worn my, there's another one. I haven't worn my hair out. Like, I've been seated in such a long time. My appointment, I don't think I mentioned, I got a wash and a set, so I had her wash my hair, trim it, and then I just had her twist it up. And then I wore those twists for 2 weeks, just washed them, put in my melanin hair care leave-in conditioner, and left them. My appointment was on December 22nd, by the way. My phone rang, and I don't remember where I was in this, but I'm not gonna come back and finish this video later, I know that. So I don't know how to fluff out my hair. That has not changed. I forgot to mention this though. My weekly process with my hair is that I've been blow drying it again with my Dyson. Like every single week, I try to use very little amount of heat. I don't dry it so it's like dry, but I dry it enough. My phone's ringing again. And then I braid it, usually like 4 to 6 braids on either side, which I then leave in for the entire week. Maybe that's why my hair doesn't seem to have grown too much, because I am wrecking it with heat again. Although I'm really not using that much heat, and I've only been doing this for like 4 or 5 weeks. And then there were the 2 weeks that I didn't do that because I had it in twists. I don't know how to fluff out, so that's why I'm wearing my satin-lined cap. I also don't want to fluff it out so we can puff out and be annoying. Another thing that I mentioned regarding my schedule, when I pick Aiden up from school every day, I take him directly to the library because I was struggling with him, fighting with him daily to get homework that should take like 15 minutes, taking like 2.5 hours because he just didn't want to do it. So his punishment, my punishment, is that I pick him up from school and we go directly to the library, and he has to finish his homework before we go home. He has tennis today though, so I'm gonna be picking him up, going to the library, from the library, going directly to tennis, and then I'll get home around 5:15 tonight, and then spend the next 2 hours on like dinner and food stuff. For my next video, maybe Jamie will be awake and around and I will show him to you, but I will pop a little picture for those who are, following along with my life. You haven't seen Jamie in 8 months. He's great. The kids are doing well. They're happy. I am doing the best I can to give them normal lives in the midst of everything going on. Aiden did catch the plague at school once. I'm pretty sure I know the circumstances around which it happened, and I can talk about that in another video if anyone actually even cares about this disease anymore, because it doesn't really seem like anyone does. I gotta go get Aiden. It was really nice checking in. This is always very therapeutic for me. I'm gonna try to edit this video at tennis and get it out. Maybe tomorrow? Would that be possible? That I would actually upload another. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now because I haven't even looked into my YouTube studio in a really long time. I have noticed that like once in a while people have still been using my referral links. So I don't know if you're doing that to support me or what, but thank you for continuing to use my links. I even forgot I had a website recently. I gotta go. The mood in this video is like all over the place. Sorry about that, but just like my head is all over the place. I will be back with videos. I remember that I think I had done week 1, she sent it, and then I stopped. I recorded weeks 2 and 3. So when I get those videos out, Yeah, I haven't edited them yet, and the prospect of doing that feels really daunting. So I might get out my next hair review before I get back to those 2. I am gonna post them because I already did them, but it seemed a little weird to just like never come in and check in and just kind of post 2 videos like everything was normal. It's just not. I pride myself on being the first parent at school every day, though. Let me go be my competitive self. I hope everyone's doing well. I don't even remember how I used to edit my videos. Yeah, I don't remember. But talk to you later. That was it.